Well, good Thursday evening, everyone. Welcome to the Dirt Racing Network and our live coverage for the NetCode ESports Mighty Midget Series Championship Night. Tonight, still double features. We'll have two 30-lap features, a couple full programs, it looks like. Got about 16 drivers checked in here. A 30-point gap on the final night between Dalton Schrum, who sits atop the standings, and Craig Silby, who's giving chase. Those two drivers really the only two with a shot at any of this. David Krikorian a long ways out at 114. I don't think that can be made up in two races. So it's really a two-horse race right now. And if Schrum can do well in feature number one, knowing that Craig Silby has to start shotgun on the field as the hot shoe for sweeping both races last week, he'll probably lock this thing up, and the victory lap will come in feature number two for him. Just a few minutes of practice left for these guys. Don't be afraid to say hi in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. If you've got a favorite driver, make sure you shout out their name. A lot of times these guys are paying attention. Sometimes they will respond. Sometimes they will not. Looks like possibly our graphics issues have been fixed from last night's race. Seemed like some stuff got turned off when they did the update. And I had not done a stream since the update. And it was not perfect last night graphics-wise. But a lot of things going on, and I didn't even notice until we were in the middle of it. It was too late to change it, so my apologies to the guys last night. But sometimes things just happen. I do not see either one of our top two drivers in this deal here. A lot of these other guys are in the channel, but they are kind of muted and away. So look at a couple of the drivers going around. That's David Krikorian. He's in third in the points. Just a little too far back to do anything. Dalton Schrum back on track. He's right there beside Krikorian. Justin Collins. Collins in 94. That's Colt Collins. Every week until this week, getting a little bit of a nickname change there. So I'm going to make a quick adjustment to my sound here, so give me just a moment, folks. We're going to go in. We're going to do a little bit. Of engine sound. Because these guys are not very loud. These little midget cars are not all that loud anyway, so. Just a little bit, see what we can do about making this a little bit louder with the cars. Hopefully you guys are hearing them, because I'm not hearing them very well, so if I have to move that slider around a little bit, fix that, I will. All right, about a minute left into the warm-up session. Drivers going to go to their qualifying, and then we'll have a couple of quick heats, maybe 3 heats tonight. Everybody's transferring to the feature. Dalton Schrum, the car watching right here. Your points leader currently, and he's in the driver's seat, definitely. Not just out on the track, but in the point standings. He just needs a good finish in session one, and then it's pretty much a victory lap in session two. Don't forget about Sunday evening, 8 o'clock Eastern, MAR series. That is the Midwest Dirt Racing Series. You guys are on pavement in the super late model, and they will be at the Milwaukee Mile, the only big track on the schedule, 5-week trial season. And right now, I think the 2 weeks that we've had, and probably this third week coming up, is really going to lend itself to these guys getting a full schedule and a permanent season. Probably in just a few weeks. So Make sure you tune in, watch that, say hi in the chat. If you're on Facebook, like, share, follow. If you're over on YouTube or Twitch and you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to those channels. You'll know each and every time we go live. Qualifying about to roll out. Colton Snyder, Kyle Hooper, T-Bo Brannon. Let's go look at T-Bo Brannon here, as he rolls the 49 machine onto the backstretch. Gives the crowd a wave with the right front tire there down the backstretch. We try to talk to these guys each and every week, and we talked to Brandon last week, and then he had bad luck, so might not talk to him this week. 15:26, he's atop our qualifying standings, currently on his second lap. Watch him go around here, and then we're going to jump over. We're going to watch Craig Silby and Dalton Strom if we can catch them both. 15:42 second lap, so not great. Gunnar Harris back in the server. Missed last week's race, jumped second, and then Brandon jumped all the way up to second. 15:27 for him. Watching Silby. Silby, his qualifying in this one's only going to help him in his heat race. And Silby goes to the top, 15:21. Brandon, 15:26. Harris, 15:31. So he'll be able to start where he is supposed to in his heats, run his heats, but then come feature time, that 7 car is going to be relegated to the back for hot shoe purposes. Swept last week's race. I don't know if Gunnar Harris will have to go to the back tonight or not, because he didn't race last week, but at Cedar Lake he swept both races. I'm not sure if that's a carryover thing or not, but Harris not racing for the points anyway. So the Kiwi Conqueror becomes your quick qualifier for the evening. We will start to run through the starting lineup for heat race number 1. Looks like we will have 3 heats tonight. It's going to be Stephen Moore, the 96 car, on pole, and he'll have David Krikorian in the 66 on his outside. Colton Snyder, the 24 car, inside row number 2, with your quick qualifier, the Kiwi Conqueror Craig Silby on the outside. Justin Collins, a 94 car, inside row 3, and DL Lemon, the 8 car. That car will be a gold and black machine when it pops on to the screen. He will start 6th in heat number 1. I think the last of the drivers just popped on to the grid, so the cars will start to roll. We'll welcome everybody in. Guys, don't forget to check this out. The National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum in Knoxville, Iowa, has the Win a Corvette. Win a Z06Corvette.com. Go over there, check that out, register for that. Every year they do this. Pretty cool deal. They raise a lot of money and give away a cool car. They're going to give you $25,000 in cash as well. Talked to Bob Baker this week. Is excited for everything that's going on. I think these guys are getting ready to go green here. Out of turn number 4 already, right there at the cone, looking for the green flag, and it is in the air. Go through 1 and 2 with Moore out front. Krikorian off the top side, trying to hang on to second. Right above Snyder right there as he comes down the hill and makes a move. Craig Silby's already moving around, looking to go to the bottom. That 7 car likes the catfish. We go up right on the roll bar cam here with Silby as he comes around. Right behind Snyder, got right in there, showed him the right front tire, just not enough room on the exit. Still more out in front. Says 96 on the scoring pylon, but it's 69 on the car. They're doing a pretty good job of holding these guys off. laps to go, so halfway home, heat number 1. Moore running the slider line, a modified slider line, not taking it all the way to the wall in 2. Going in low in 1. He'll go in right in the middle in 3. Drift it right up where the tacky stuff is. Get a good run on the exit. Go back in. DL Lemon making a run around the top side, and he is working on Silby right now. Lemon, that 08 machine up top. Battle for second as Krikorian and Snyder side by side with just under 2 to go. Snyder really working the bottom, and it's starting to work for him. Give him another lap here. They're at the white flag, and I think he may have second away from Krikorian if he can find some bite. Krikorian's just using all that momentum, keeping that 66 car wound up on the top. Snyder's having to wait on it, and Krikorian is going to prevail off that top side. But Stephen Moore winning heat 1 tonight. Krikorian's coming home second. Then Snyder, Silby, Lemon, and Collins in a pretty close race there, about 1 straightaway. The difference from 1st to 6th. So heat 2 going to grid out on the front stretch here. They're going to line them up like this. Going to be Andrew Smith, the 33 car on pole. The 38 of Billy Barros will start on his outside. Bobby Yankee, 28 car, inside of row number 2, next to Tebow Brennan. Brennan in the 49. And then Josh Gerlach, the 71 car, will start shotgun in the 5 car heat race. Roll them around. Pace truck already out of the way. They're going to go green out of 4. Heat number 2. Smith and Barros. Smith, the bright yellow machine on the inside right there, finds the loud pedal. Green flag in the air. First time single file, top 2, 3. 1 car on the inside, that's Yankee in the 28, trying to work the bottom. Everybody else has moved above that little groove that is starting to show in the middle of the corners. Yankee, the only one down there actually on it, in it, and below it. He'll get single file now. Slides right through the slick line. Trying to make up ground on Barros. Got close that time. I think he had to check up. It probably cost him being beside Barros, getting off the corner. Nobody getting away from anybody. This is still pretty tight here. 2-3 car lengths between cars all the way front to back. 4 down, 4 to go. Heat number 2. Still watching our top 3. 3 wide in turn 3 they go as Barros got to the middle with Brandon down on the bottom and Smith was way up top. Smith really running right out to the fluffy stuff. Gonna be good. Coming home with this one. 2 to go this time by. Brandon almost went 2 for 1 down the bottom of 3 and 4. He's going to take second away from Barros right there. Does he have enough time and enough momentum to go get Smith? Barros with trouble out of 2. A little contact between he and Brandon. Oh, and then contact between Brandon and Smith, and that's going to open the door for Barros to use the high side to get back around on the white flag lap. Brandon's slider line goes up and shuts the door. Here comes Barros to the inside. Brandon's going to try the old crossover. And I think Barros is going to keep it pinned down. Smith will win it. Barros got to the line. And then Brandon for your top 3. So, third and final heat race. Grading up on the front stretch, and it's going to be Kyle Hooper, the 18, on pole with Robert Lynn, the 2 car, on the outside of the front row. Points leader, Dalton Strom, the 8 car, inside row number 3, next to Gunnar Harris. Harris a two-time winner in the series, swept Cedar Lake a couple of weeks ago. He starts 54 machine in the 4th spot, and Kurt Vincent, 42, shotgun on the final heat. Get them paired up. Nice and even, ready to go green out of 4. It's the 14 on the side of Hooper's car, 18 on your pylon.
Green flag.
Good start. All 5 cars under a blanket through 2. Hooper's got the lead side by side for second. Lynn and Schrum going at it. Schrum on the bottom. Has the best of that at the moment. He's there at the line. And here comes Harris. And Harris not afraid to make it 3 wide. He was right down on the bottom. Left front almost dragging against those tires on the inside. Schrum saw it down there in 1 and 2. Closed the door in 3 and 4. Harris trying to work around Lynn. A little bit of a slider there, but he wasn't able to get all the way to the outside. Robert Lynn out wide. Still trying to hang on to third. Schrum trying to run it down Hooper. Good battle right here. Now, Harris puts the right front across in front of the 2 of Lynn. And he'll take the spot. We'll get up here, watch the leaders. 4 to go. So halfway in the final heat race. And Dalton Schrum trying to get a good starting spot for tonight's A main. The first of 2. He's got 3 laps if he wants to pick up the win here. Hooper hanging on. Good lap times. 37 to a 46, your front 2. 2 to go, the signal. Kyle Hooper. Gunnar Harris now clear of Robert Lynn. Not making up any ground, though. He's still 3/4 of a second off the lead as we come to the white flag. And Harris just sailed it off in there, and I don't know if something broke, but he absolutely pile drived it. Down into 3 and 4, killed the outside wall. So he is going to finish 5th in the heat, but Kyle Hooper pick up the win. Dalton Schrum 2nd, Robert Lynn 3rd, and Kurt Vincent. Solid 4th place finish in heat number 3. So a couple minutes for the warm-up. See how much time the drivers take out on the track as we get ready to run the first of our 2 30-lap A mains. Do not forget about Sunday night. 8 o'clock Eastern. Mars series. 1 mile oval at Milwaukee. And we'll have the super late models, the pavement style super late models. That bunch. Been about 19 drivers, both of the first 2 races. Some very good racing. Make sure you tune in for that. And we'll be back here again next Wednesday night. 9:30 Eastern. This is that big cut series. 14 sprint cars. Next Thursday night. Who's your open wheel? Back on track. Taking this time slot. So, 410, the wingless sprint cars start next Thursday night. We'll still have the midget sprinkled in here and there. They're going to probably have to pick up a different time slot from us. Because the Who's Your Open Wheel series will take this time slot. So we'll get down here because our 30-lap feature is gridding out right now. Stephen Moore and Andrew Smith will make our front row. Kyle Hooper and David Krikorian row 2. Tebow Brand and Dalton Schrum will make our 3rd row up. Colton Snyder and Billy Barros in row number 4. Robert Lynn and Craig Silby in row number 5. Bobby Yankee and Kurt Vincent in our 6th row. DL Lemon and Josh Gerlach making up of the 7th row and the 8th row. Gunnar Harris and Justin Collins and Harris will be joined on the back by Craig Silby. So Vincent will move up to row 5, Gerlach to row 6, and Silby will go from 5 to 8. So everybody moving forward. Justin Collins will slide next to DL Lemon there in the 7th row. Little shuffly shuffle looks like going on as we get ready to roll off. So our starting grid may not be what we think it is. As now it looks like Krikorian has the pole. Hooper's outside. Then Moore and Schrum in row 2. Smith and Brandon, row 3. Snyder and Barros. Lynn and Vincent, Youngkin, Gerlach, Lemon, Collins, and Harris. Gunnar Harris not making the call for the feature. So we are going to only have 15 in this one. So a little redraw action. Drivers get ready. With the green flag at 30 laps, feature number 1. Do not forget, full second show coming up right after this one. We'll take a quick break.
Green flag.
Won't even leave the channel. We'll stay right here. We'll talk to some drivers, play some music. We'll do the swappity swap, and we'll be right back to it. Green flag in the air for feature number 1. And Hooper and Krikorian going at it side by side off the front row. They're still side by side coming out of 4. Hooper leads the first lap. Krikorian, Moore and Schrum side by side. They're almost 3 wide with Tebow Brandon. Now Schrum grabs 3rd away. Oh, car going upside down. Stephen Moore. We are not going to need a replay. We got to see that one happening live. He just drifted 2 wide, right rear. Found the fence. And he'll slip up and over, and that'll do that for the 69 machine of Stephen Moore. A couple of minutes, we'll try to talk to him and ask him what happened there. They'll get drivers squared away, get them up single file, and get them ready to go back to action here, I think. Not this time, maybe the next time around. So the lights should go off on the pace car this time. It's really a pace truck. And we should be getting ready to go back to green flag action. Next time, let's see if Steve Moore is there. Steve Moore, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, man, you looked great in your heat race and looked really good on the start here. Tell me what happened going down the backstretch real quick while we watch these guys go back to green.
I was just looking out my left side, not really paying attention to the wall, and just kind of ran into it. That's really all there is to it. I'm a little upset, but
Green, green, green.
you know.
Well, we're kind of wondering. It looked like everything was going pretty well, and then all of a sudden the car kind of bumps the fence and jumps up and flips over, and that's kind of what I told the fans. I thought maybe you just got too close to the outside wall, but we always like to hear it from the proverbial horse's mouth. Well, you're going to be ready for feature number 2?
I hope so. It's fun out there. I'm sad I'm not going to be racing this first one.
All right, man. Well, we'll let you get back to it and get mentally set up for race number 2, and hopefully we'll get to see you in the winner's circle.
Thank you.
Stephen Moore out early in this one. You saw Kurt Vincent have issues, and that was a pretty light little bump there. He just kind of caught that tire, spun at 360, and he kept it going. So Hooper out front, Krikorian second, Schrum third, Brandon, Barrow, Snyder, Smith, Gerlach, Yonke, and Silby all the way up to the top 10 already. Silby needs some bad luck on Schrum's part, and he needs to get up there and win the race if he is going to have any kind of a real shot in race number 2 tonight. And then he'll need probably a lot more of the same. But there's been fun watching these guys the last 3 or 4 weeks because the points have gotten tighter and it's ratcheted up the pressure on both drivers. And last week, Silby rose to the occasion and swept the weekend. So getting ready to go back to green.
Green, green, green.
Hooper on it once again. Krikorian to the top side. Schrum goes to the bottom. Schrum had drive out of 2, pulled alongside. I don't think he's going to be able to hold that. If Krikorian can keep that momentum out of 3 and 4, he should have. And Mike did not at the line. He's looking more and more like the 8 car is going to come off the bottom with second down the back stretch, and they stay wheel to wheel. Schrum needs a lot more momentum. Goes up to the fluffy stuff to see if there's some grip. Big run down the hill. And he's going to stay there. He's just not going to have the better up. This time, right rear gets out of shape. That's going to do it. Schrum up to second, and here comes Tebow Brandon. Oh, this time Krikorian got away too far in the fluff, and that is going to be a caution. There's multiple cars into this one. So Krikorian's going to get it all started right here. And then behind him, there's going to be a couple of cars coming. Like, see, he just missed that. And Barros clips him. Smith clips him. And then Smith gets clobbered right there. Smith got clobbered. Justin Collins, maybe. Maybe not. Maybe it was. I'm not sure who it was that clobbered him. Man, he clobbered him pretty good right there. So everybody going to get back on the wheels, get them going. We're going to have a couple in the pits. Kurt Vincent may have been who clobbered him and ended up upside down right there because that car was black and blue. So he is off the track. Andrew Smith, Kurt Vincent, and Gunnar Harris all off the speedway. But still Hooper out front. 25 laps to go, feature number 1. Track doesn't look all that tricky. Looks pretty good.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag, you saw a little brush of the fence right there. The smoke off the tire. For Hooper, as he got things started. Schrum on the attack already. Went to the bottom. Trying to get that thing to hit and come down the front stretch. He didn't quite have enough that time. Not going to give up on that line. Now Brandon's going to go to the top side and see if he can do what Hooper's doing. Maybe pull alongside. Nah, Schrum going to get the cover up. He's going to take that momentum line away. Sliding there. Brandon's going to have to try to work to the bottom now. Colton Snyder's in 4th. Craig Silby's up to the top 5. So contact. We saw a little contact right there. That was Schrum and Brandon coming together. And it cost Brandon a little bit. Now he's got a battle with Craig Silby here. Silby's up to 4th. Schrum trying to go for the lead. Didn't get there just yet. And he keeps finishing in front of the 7 of Silby. All things will be golden, and he will be your champion at the end of the night. Cracking inside the 20 to go, Morton Hooper. Schrum, Brandon, Silby, Gerlach, the top 5, then Snyder, Yankee, Collins, Lemon, and Robert Lynn in the top 10. Now, good battle starting to shape up right here. This is Snyder, Gerlach, and Yankee going at it. That's 5th, 6th, and 7th. Brandon now reeling back in the 8 of Schrum, trying to put some pressure on Dalton. He's going to go to the top side and see if he can use the momentum on the exit to get the drive to go by. Hooper's just got it railing on the top right now. Kyle Hooper making it look pretty easy. 16 laps to go, almost halfway. Be there next time around. Brandon starting to roll in just a little bit on Shrum. He just needs a couple more laps up there clear. He'll probably be right alongside Dalton Shrum. Shrum's going to come up on the straightaway. Try to make Brandon make a choice. Now Brandon closer and closer. Right there for the second spot. A little bit of a cut down line in front of him. Hooper. Hooper the quickest car on the track. Lap after lap. Oh, there's some trouble.
All right, man.
Craig
Caution
Sylvie's
is out.
going to be on
Caution
that
is
one.
out.
We were watching it when it happened. A slider line in front of Brandon, and Brandon had it rolling. And Shrum came all the way up to the cushion. And Brandon got into the back of him, and it upset the car, and he got a little sideways. And Craig Sylvie was already committed to that line, couldn't get out of the way. And then Sylvie gets hit by Snyder from behind, and I think Craig Sylvie is going to be done in feature number 1. She has taken that car to the pit, and that will probably seal the deal. So Shrum needs to finish this race, and that will make a lock out of race number 2. It'll be basically a victory lap if he can do anything with it. Hooper, Shrum, Snyder now. Gerlach 4th. Yankee, Collins, Lemon, Lynn, Barros, and Moore. Stephen Moore all the way into the top 10 now. Krikorian and Tebow Brandon is Brandon with the spin out. He's all the way at the back of the field now. Sylvie, Smith, Vincent, Harris all trying to get things ready for session number 2. So a good charge through the field for the Kiwi Conqueror, and then vanquished down in turn 2 by a spinning car right in front of me. Really didn't have any choice. Had absolutely nowhere to go with that. So pretty much going to put the screws into it for Shrum, and he will most likely be our champion. We'll see where he finishes at the end of this one. He's still on his wheel. Green flag back in the air with 13 laps to go. I'll tell you who's making a move here. Josh Gerlach up onto the podium, and I was giving him grief after the race last week about one podium in 160 races or something like that. And here he is. He's going to try to make me eat a little crow. I guess I'm going to have to find a salt shaker. So Gerlach off the bottom, 11 laps to go. He's up to 3rd. Got Snyder right behind. Yankee tucked right in there in 5th. Go back to the front because Hooper almost 4/10 of a second out in front now, and he is just right up on the top, cruising around. Shrum in 2nd, totally in command of the points now. All but a foregone conclusion. As we crack inside the 10 to go mark, still Hooper, Shrum, and Gerlach, and Josh Gerlach running equal times to the leaders right now. Keeping the car out wide. Here comes a battle for the front. Hooper now being challenged inside by Shrum. Shrum went for it in 3 and 4 and couldn't quite hang on to it. Now Hooper's going to have to cut down and try to get the big run down the hill. That time Shrum led with 6-7 to go. Into the slider battle now. We'll see who can prevail. Oh, that's going to do it right there. Yankee swats him.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
A little bit of contact. Go back. Let's take a look at this. The drone cam action for you here. Crossing up. Hooper just didn't judge where that right rear was going to be. And Shrum left plenty of room up there. So Schrum now out on the Point Creek Silby, rolling around on track, multiple laps down. About 6 or 7 laps. Yeah, 7 laps as we go across timing and scoring, to be exact. But every point could count. You never know. Dalton Schrum could have a problem on lap number 1 in the next one, and Silby could win it, and that could those points that he's salvaging right here could be very important. It's only going to be 7 or 8 points, but points are points. So we get the 1 to go signal. It's going to be 6 laps remaining. And Schrum back out front. Gerlach, Yankee, Snyder, Collins, the top 5 when we restart. Just waiting for Dalton Schrum to get on the loud pedal. He does so out of turn number 4. Can he hang on? Hard charging. Josh Gerlach up 12 spots already in this one. Started 14th. And is up to the 2nd position. Yankee going after Snyder. Short slider there in 1 and 2. Got it up over the cushion. That's not going to help him out. Robert Lynn's going to have a shot. 2 spots down in 1 set of corners. So Schrum out in front with 4 to go, and Gerlach second, and Colton Snyder hanging on to third. So waiting to see if Schrum can hang on for 3 more laps. That will basically put the stamp on it, and your points will be determined if Schrum can hang on to the checkered flag here. And that second feature, well, you just want to go out and sweep to close the season and take a big victory lap. And every driver dreams of doing something just like that. White flag in the air, feature number 1 almost in the books, and Dalton Schrum putting the finishing touches on this one. He's going to pick up the win in this feature, and he will pretty much seal the deal for the overall points championship for the season. Gerlach the 2nd, Snyder 3rd, Yankee and Lynn rounding out your top 5. So I do not see Colton. I see Dalton Schrum. I don't see Colton Snyder yet. I see Josh Gerlach. So you know what? Let's hop through here. Let's make that adjustment real quick, and let's grab Josh Gerlach. Josh Gerlach, got a copy.
What's up, Roger? How we doing?
Doing pretty good. Looks like 71 car hard charge through the field there, man. 12 spots picked up. And you not only were the hard charger, but you come home 2nd in the first feature, man. How was the track?
Yeah, the track was good. Hard charger-wise, I feel like I passed like 2 cars. I got a little fortunate from other people's misfortune, which you hate to see as kind of the guy that runs the league here. But from a racer's side, I'll take any luck I can get. I was just talking to Dalton in the waiting room there. I was really hoping that we'd get a long run there at the end with him and Kyle battling, just because they were trading sliders. I told Dalton I was going to try to pull a Silby from last week and snooker them both. But yeah, I'll take a second, man. It was a rough start to the year, and yeah, I'll always be happy with podiums.
Well, yeah, considering I was pretty sure we talked about 1 podium in like 165 straight races, and here you are, you crack off a 2nd one this season, man. Are you sure that's really you driving the car?
I cannot confirm nor deny. Definitely felt like 165 races for sure. But yeah, we came here for the first time last year, and it feels like a big track at least. And I weren't really sure how the midgets were going to run, and The bottom was never really a factor like it was last year, so we have a really long race here in Feature 2 that hopefully we get a little bit more two-lane action. I know we had this kind of trade and slide jobs there, but hopefully we can get a little bit more of a racier surface next session.
All right, man, quick shout-outs, thank yous, and we'll let you get ready to head over to session number 2.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I would like to thank Methanol Moonshine, NetCodeShop.com, The Unknown Agency, Dizzy Motorsports, and Robert for putting up with me. Robert Lynn helps with pretty much everything we do here. So without him, we probably would not have this show every week. Thank everybody for coming out and racing with us, watching it at home on the Dirt Racing Network, and of course you for pushing the 1s and 2s and getting the call of the action. It does not go unnoticed. We really appreciate it, Roger.
All right, man. Thanks for talking with us, and good luck in session number 2.
Thank you, sir.
Josh Gerlach, he finished second tonight. Whoop, I moved myself. Josh jumped out of the channel on me. That's just not fair. He shouldn't do that. But we'll grab Colton Snyder. He finishes third, feature number 1. Man, tell us a little bit about that run and some of the action that was going on in front of you there.
Really just kind of lucked out. I really wasn't expecting nothing too much, starting, I think, 7th. And guys in front of me just kept breaking. I was able to make a couple passes and wind up 3rd.
Yeah, it looked like the track started to change just a little bit the last few laps there. Were you searching for something, or were you pretty much comfortable where you were riding at?
I really don't have a whole lot of laps around here in anything, so I was searching big time. I tried diming off, and that felt like I was catching it, but looking at lap times, we were about even.
Yeah, it looked like everybody was kind of searching out there. What do you expect in feature number 2 with a little bit different situation? Probably a fairly different track state, as usually they don't let it run in quite as much in the second one. What are you expecting to see out there for this second run?
Probably a lot closer racing with it being more hammered down, but luck probably won't be on my side as much this time.
Well, you never know. Luck is fickle. It comes and goes pretty quick, man. Give us some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you get ready to head over there to session number 2.
I got to thank all my sponsors back at Dirt Series, Butt Kicker, Dirt Draft, Cody Connor with all his graphics.
All right, man. Well, thanks for chatting with us. Good luck in session number 2. Hopefully we'll get to see you back on the podium. That was Colton Snyder. He finished in 3rd. And now we will move on. And we'll get a real good look at the 8 car here. And Dalton Schrum picking up another win for the season. Dalton, that pretty much puts the stamps down on it. This second features a victory lap for the 8 car.
I hope so. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that, though. I definitely put in some hard time and effort this season. For this being my first season, I didn't really expect much, but I'm glad how it turned out.
Yeah, Sylvie was making a charge through there, and he got within a couple of spots of it before he ran into trouble. Did you know he was close at all?
Yeah.
Man, a few words, folks.
Yeah, I seen him. He was behind me, and I threw that slider on Bo, and then he just didn't lift. Or I don't know what happened. Really, I gotta go back and watch the replay before I say anything. But it was a super fun race.
Well, what do you expect session 2 here? Because things are going to be a little bit different. Reset the track. Usually we go a little bit shorter on the practice session, and I think we got some more laps in the second feature.
Yeah, we got 20 more laps, so it's a 50 lap feature, so that'll be super fun.
Expecting the track to do about the same stuff, or you're going to be looking for something different out of this racing surface?
Yeah, it was really fun. It was definitely 2-lane. The heat races were really fun, like on the bottom and top, but the main event was just something killer. I liked it a lot.
All right, man. Well, we'll officially talk to you probably as the champion at the end of the second feature, but go out there and keep the rubber on the dirt and drive the car around where we can keep you on the screen when we talk to you at the end of this one, all right?
All righty.
All right, man. Give us some shout-outs real quick before we head you out.
Speed Ranch, E-Setups, Cody Williams Design, Ryan Hunt Racing, and Dalton Schrum Photography.
All right, man. Good luck in session 2.
Thank you.
Dalton Schrum winning session number 1 foregone conclusion that he is our points champion, and he just needs to come out and have a good run in session number 2 to make that official. Oh, you know what? Before we go, let's do this. Let's look at the results. It was Schrum, Gerlach, Schneider, top 3. Then Yonke and Lynn, 4 and 5. Barrow, 6. Moore, 7. Collins, 8. Krikorian, 9. Lemon in 10. Brandon, 11. Hopper, or Kyle Hooper, excuse me. Sheesh. You'd think I was blind and tongue-tied all at the same time. Kyle Hooper was 12th. Craig Silby, rough night. Session number 1 started at the back, made his way all the way up to about 4th. Caught up in somebody else's mess, and he's going to finish 13th in this one. That pretty much seals the deal for Schrum. Andrew Smith, 14th. Kurt Vincent, 15th. And Gunnar Harris did not make the call to start the race, so he will. We will see if we see him in session number 2 at all. Now we'll get ready to go over here. We will get ready to give you guys a little bit of tunage while we make the move. We'll try to talk to a couple of drivers. And we'll get things set up for our second session. While we close everything else out. Start making our way to session 2. Let's see if we can get Billy Barros in here. These guys love when we talk to them between sessions because the first thing that happens is usually they go out and you end up upside down in the second one. But Billy Barros, you there, buddy?
I'm here, Roger. Were you talking about being upside down? That sounds like me.
I was saying that a lot of you guys are, you probably don't really care for me grabbing you and bringing you in between sessions because usually what happens is as soon as you head out for session number 2 in the feature, they end up upside down. So we give you the broadcaster's curse, but hopefully that doesn't happen tonight, man. Tell us about the track and everything in feature number 1 and where we're going to expect to see the 38 car in feature number 2 here.
Yeah, that was fun. Hold on, I got a party here, Roger. There's voices all over the place and battling with somebody. So, yep, I just killed Robert.
Yeah,
now that I'm
it.
safely stopped here on the infield. Yeah, that was a good battle. I think I was doing pretty good at the start. Somebody got a little sideways in front of me, and I got sent to the back too with it, but no worries, and had fun coming back through. I got back up to, 6th. Yeah, so it was interesting watching the track develop. I think I personally was expecting it to go to the top a lot sooner than it was, so it was, I don't know, it was fun trying to learn the middle line there and people throwing sliders at the end, and a little bit messy, but it was a good race, I think.
Yeah, it looked like a lot of guys were just searching around, and the bottom just wasn't there. Maybe on the exits a little bit. So guys trying to find the middle, guys were trying to find on the top, and a lot of guys, the meeting of the minds like you were talking about coming together. So session 2, what do you think with the longer race and probably just a little bit less practice laps, what do you think is going to happen there?
Oh man, that's a good question. If only I knew. I'm hoping that the track is a little bit more developed than it was, personally. I think this time it might move up to the top a little bit quicker, and then being the longer race, we're all kind of going to be maybe running around single file up there, which isn't optimal, but it could be fun anyway. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm expecting to see here, Roger.
We're in the server with you guys. We're watching some guys get around. Craig Silver, Collins is out there running some laps. So we're going to let you get back to your laps, man. We're going to wish you good luck, and hopefully we get a chance to talk to you at the end of this one.
Yeah, I hope so. Hopefully not upside down in turn 2 again.
All right, thank you, Billy.
Yeah, thanks, Roger.
Billy Barros, driver of the 38 machine. Not sure how long these guys are going to run this practice session here, but we know that they're just going to try to work the moisture off the top of the track down. They've got a 50-lap feature. Going to run the heats. Going to run that big, long finale feature. Like I said, a lot of these guys, they get a little nervous nervous when we bring them in the booth because inevitably something's going to happen out on the track. And the broadcaster's curse always striking. So they're going to have shows. I guess it's intermittently throughout the summer. I don't have a full schedule set up. And we are going to put them hopefully right in behind the Hoosier Open Wheel Series and go back-to-back on Thursdays when they do have a show. So we'll see what the Mighty Midgets do for the summer. Well, hate coming from the YouTube channel. Interesting. Took that driver a long time to break through and get into the win column. His consistency is what put him atop the point standings. And as a broadcaster, I'm pretty objective about things. I'm not going to call or single somebody out for any one incident or any one instance with another driver, but he's been pretty aggressive and pretty hard-nosed all season, so it is not unexpected that we find him atop of things. But we'll see if he can sweep the night, close this 50-lapper out with the title pretty much already in hand. So guys, don't be afraid to shout out in the chat. Obviously, I noticed that one. Usually pay attention to it pretty close. Sometimes drivers are there and they will respond to you. I never guarantee that because some drivers pay attention, some drivers just have it on in the background and they don't really care. And there's some YouTube love for driver of the 8 car. So Billy Barros getting a few laps in here since we interrupted his track time. I'm sure we're going to give him a couple of minutes and they'll get ready to go through qualifying again. We'll go through our heat races once again. 16 drivers again. I do not see Gunnar Harris. I do see Alex Rupert in the server, though. So we'll just wait for the end of this practice session. Hit the qualifying. Kurt Vincent, I believe, is out on the track as well. 42 car. He took a bad lick when Brandon got out of shape in the first feature about 4 or 5 laps in and put him on the hook early. So drivers headed out for qualifying. 24 car Colton Snyder right here. And once again with a quick right front wave to the crowd down the back stretch. Rupert's drying machine. He was not in session number 1. He is here for session number 2. Oh, a little too far inside right there. He's going to really have to wait. Okay, that's going to slow his time way down. Colton Snyder, 1586, immediately bumped by Rupert, who I didn't think was having a good lap. Tebow Brandon, then Kyle Hooper. Hooper once again, just fast. Quick qualifier earlier. No, he's actually second quick qualifier. Silby went quick. And we'll see. Second lap, not quite enough. Gerlach jumps to the top, 1552. We'll watch the Kiwi Conqueror for a lap right here. See what he can do, and then we'll look for Dalton Schrum. All right, now Schrum, 7th quick, 1575. Craig Silby straight to the top of the pylon, 1550 for his first lap. And we're going to try to get over here and watch Andrew Smith. Soon as Silby crosses under for the second lap, not quicker, tiny bit slower for Silby. So Andrew Smith out here, Smith right now 14th. Nearly half a second off the pace, and he will finish up his second lap. A little bit quicker, 15:74, moves him to the 9th spot. So right now, Collins and Lemon, the only two, as the session is going to come to an end. And that will set up our heat races. It'll be 6, 6, and 5 for the heat races. We'll wait for the drivers to start gridding out, and we'll get ready to go through the starting lineup for heat number 1. Yeah, it's going to be Stephen Moore once again. 69 car on the pole. And Billy Barros on his outside. I think those two started heat 1 side by side in the last session. Tebow ran in the 49 car inside row number 2. Next two, quick qualifier for the evening, Craig Silby. Kiwi Conqueror in the 7 machine. Alex Rupert missed the first session, in for the second. He'll start 5th in this heat race, and he'll have DLM in the 8 car right beside him. Okay, we're going to have to do something about that. All right. Pace truck already headed in. Going to go green out of 4. 3 heats and a 50-lap feature to close the season out. Championship already decided in session number 1. This just for the fun of it. See who can close the season out with a little momentum. Green flag in the air. Late start from the pole. Drivers sliding through 1 and 2. Sylvie able to grab 4th. Brandon 3rd. Barrow 2nd. Moore 1st. Behind that, Rupert, who slid right up beside Sylvie down in 1 and 2. He ends up 5th at the end of lap 1. DL Lemon in 6th. Top 4 cars pretty tight right here. Moore able to hang on. Barros working the track wider, trying to get around Brandon. Tebow in the middle, out on the top. Does it again in 3 and 4. I don't know if he slides up. I thought Barros was going to go for the full-on slider right there, and it just wasn't going to be an exit lane for him. Now Brandon works it up beside Moore in 3 and 4. I think Moore's got the momentum coming off the corner. They're very close. Moore finds the outside fence. Did that in the feature on about lap 4 or 5. He was looking left, moved to the right. Right sides are already too close to the wall, so Tebow Brandon with 3 to go has the lead. Moore still second, but Barros is right there. And now Sylvie has company on the outside as Alex Rupert is worked up alongside. Top 5 right here under a blanket. DL11 just a stone's throw behind that 5 car of Rupert. Let's see if Barros can get in. He could not get the slider through on Moore. The white flag on heat 1 in the air. Brandon looks like he'll pick up the win. Moore going to finish 2nd. Barros and Sylvie will be 4th. Rupert and Lemon rounding things out. So grid for heat number 2, and there's that guy. He will be your champion. The 8 car of Dalton Schrum on the pole. Robert Lynn, the 2 car next to him. Kyle Hooper in the 18. Put a great run together. Really had things rolling, and late in the feature, he and Schrum had a little bit of contact and ended Hooper's run. But he led the first half of the race in feature number 1. He starts 3rd in heat race number 2, session 2. Josh Gerlach, 71 car on his outside. And then Kurt Vincent, the 42. He'll have a shotgun spot in heat number 2. Strom quickly out to the lead. Hooper a distant second, and then Robert Lynn in that third spot. Josh Gerlach all the way back to fifth is Robert Lynn. And Kurt Vincent both work around him now. Gerlach works the bottom, pulls alongside Vincent, just for fourth place. Strom 0.4 of a second over Hooper, and we'll see if Hooper can run him down. Gerlach having problems. Going to stay fifth on lap number 6 here, it looks like. Now Robert Lynn had problems down the backstretch, and that's going to open the door for Gerlach to take fourth. Vincent still in third. Gerlach trying to run him down. Now Robert Lynn quite a ways back after the problem out of turn number 2. We'll go back to the leaders as they're halfway home in heat number 2, session number 2. And that time Hooper took a different line that did not close the gap. In fact, opened it up about a 10th through turns 3 and 4. So he may not want to do that again. 67 for your leader and a 76. That lap for second place Hooper. They're both faster than everybody behind them. So this time Josh Gerlach goes around Vincent. He was the quickest that lap. 15:58 for the 71 car, and he's not done having to work for that spot yet. There's Vincent strong on the inside. Long way around, a lot of RPMs, a lot of momentum, but a lot of bite and forward grip out of the turns for Vincent. Now relinquishes the spot, so put Gerlach third, Vincent fourth. So on the white flag, and it's all Strom all the time right here tonight at Lucas Oil. He's going to win Heat 2 in Session 2, and he'll be starting right at the front for the 50-lap A-Main. Hooper going to finish second, then Gerlach, Vincent, and Robert Lynn rounding things out. Well, you know, I thought he started to say that in his interview, Cody, so he may know, he just wasn't. He's just not ready to do it yet or something. I'm not really sure. But Heat 3 starting lineup is going to look like this. It's going to be Bobby Yankee, the 28 car on pole, with Andrew Smith, the 33 car on his outside. Colton Snyder, 24, inside row number 2, next to David Krikorian in the 66. And Justin Collins will start that 94 machine in the fifth and final spot. Final heat race of the evening. Get a look at the old Stars and Stripes machine there of Bobby Yankee, the 1 machine. We'll get ready to go green here out of turn number 4. Smith
Green flag, green flag.
on the outside. Smith may have gotten a jump there. Usually the pole sitter is the one that has to fire first. So Smith grabs the lead, Yankee second. Krikorian going to be in third, Snyder fourth, and Collins fifth at the end of lap number 1. Get back here in this battle at the front because they were 3 wide coming out of 4, and they're almost 3 wide coming out of 2 this time. And Yankee running the wide line here, able to use the momentum. And he is going to hang on to second, 2 laps in. Krikorian trying to use the bite off the bottom to take the spot back. It's just not quite enough on the exit. He's losing too much right there. Late exit. Doesn't have the exit line where he can move up and keep the foot down on the throttle pedal there. And Snyder starting to work the high side, and he's getting some momentum. He's going to close in on both these guys. He may go 2 for 1 here pretty quick. Halfway home. Final heat of the evening. Final heat of the season for the NetCode ESports Mighty Midgets. I haven't seen Don Runkle in a while. Hope Don's doing okay. Haven't seen him out here. The 00 car has been missing for a couple of weeks. Old tripod. Viagra machine. There goes Snyder around. Krikorian for third. Still got work to do if he's going to get around Yankee, and I think he's going to run out of time here. Smith hanging on to the lead. Lap and a half to go. Smith, Yonke, Snyder, Krikorian in the top 4 right here. The white flag comes out over the final heat race of the season. Oh, contact between Snyder and Krikorian. They're both going to be able to save them. It's not going to change the finishing order. But Andrew Smith is going to pick up the win. He'll be starting up front this evening for the 50th lap. And Yonke second, Snyder in third. Collins in fourth. Krikorian had more problems getting started. And he will end up coming home in the 5th spot for the final heat. So a little bit of warm-up time for these guys. We'll see how long they take. And they'll get ready to run 50 laps down here. Let's see if we can find us a driver to talk to. We've talked to this guy a couple of times this year. David Krikorian, you got a copy?
What's up?
Getting ready for the big 50 lap or the season finale here, man. 66 cars gotten stronger and stronger as the season has gone on. What do you got for these boys tonight here to close things out?
Honestly, I don't know. We were okay to start race 1. We weren't great. Not really great for this race so far, it seems like, just with the fuel drop that we have in it now. I think we're going to need the track to really kind of get slick to really kind of make any progress, especially now that we're going to be starting way in the back.
Yeah, tough luck there on the end of that heat race. It's going to relegate you to starting probably about 15th or 16th in this thing. And guys were moving all over in feature number 1, looking for places to pass. What did you learn that you might be able to apply here with a different track state?
We're just going to need to be patient. I'm going to need the track to really wind out and slicken up to really make any progress. Even with grip on the bottom, with the amount of fuel that's in it right now, it's really hard to keep any momentum running on the bottom, just with how much weight's in the car, just bogs.
All right, man. Well, we're going to wish you luck. Say thanks for chatting with us, and hopefully things go well for you, and we get to talk to you at the end of the night tonight.
All right, thank you.
David Krikorian drives a 66 machine. Nobody taking advantage of getting out there on the track at the moment in this practice session. It's 50 laps for the feature to close things out. It looks like we are going to close things out. We're going to go straight to our feature. So we will get everybody ready to go here, and we'll tell you what the starting grid should be. We'll watch them do their shuffle, and we'll go back through it. But it's Brandon and Schrum on the front row, Smith and Moore in row 2, Hooper and Yonke row 3, Barros and Gerlach row 4, Snyder and Silby row 5, Vincent and Collins in row 6, Rupert and Lynn row 7, Krikorian and Lemon in row number 8. That's how things are scheduled to start. We know these guys very much like to do a shuffle here, so as they roll off, they will. We're just waiting for Josh Gerlach to put his car on the grid, then they can start shuffling around, and we'll find out what the actual order for the season finale will be once they start to roll off. And sometimes they just leave it as is, but I don't think that's going to be the case, as drivers are already starting to split and roll and move and widen. I see Kyle Hooper trying to head close to the front here. It looks like Hooper will have the pole. Dalton Schrum will start on the outside. Moore and Smith. Smith on the inside, Moore on the outside of row 2. Then Brandon and Yonke. Gerlach on the outside of that 4th row. He'll have Barros on the inside there. That'll be your 7th start. Kiwi Cocker, Craig Silby outside of row number 5 with Colton Snyder on his inside. And then Kurt Vincent and Justin Collins in row 6. Robert Lynn, Alex Rupert, row 7. Dale Lemon, Dave Krikorian in that back row. So about 8-9 guys at the front shuffled around. 50 laps for the feature as we get ready to close out the season for the NetCode ESports Mighty Midgets. Your points champions starting on the outside of the front row for this
Green flag
Big 50 lapper, and he and Hooper had a good one going in feature number 1. They're under the green flag in feature number 2. And Smith trying to wrestle his way into second early in this one. We'll hold on to third. Brandon is fourth. Barros fifth. Moore is sixth. And Sylvie's seventh. And he's in a hornet's nest right in the middle. He's got Yankee, Snyder, Gerlach, all those guys right around. A little contact there. You saw Stephen Moore check it up just a little bit because the guys behind it have to react. And that has caused a mad scramble back here from about 7th on back. So they are 2 wide, 2, 3, 4 deep here. Now they're starting to string it out just a little bit. But our top 2. Once again, Hooper and Schrum early in the feature. Here comes Brandon trying to work on Smith. Got to the inside, had to check it down so there wasn't contact. Little modified slider line there. Oh, cars behind. Problems for Yankee and Moore as these two are going to come together. Stephen Moore, the red and white car. Bobby Yankee, that red, white, and blue machine. Moore in. Oh, he got some help. Colt Snyder got in there between him, got the Nerf bars, and that's what collected Yankee into things. So first caution, about 5 laps in to the 50-lap A main that closes the season. Schrum, Smith, Hooper, Brandon, Barros, then Silby, Gerlach, Collins, and Rupert right now are your top 10. Robert Lynn running actually in the 10th spot. Drivers stopped on the back waiting for the pace truck to catch up as they were way ahead of that pace truck. So we got 4 laps in, not 5. Starting lap number 5. When do they get the green? And that pace truck going to go right back off the racing surface. Everybody's ready, single file. Stephen Moore with nothing but problems tonight. Got himself in the fence in feature number 1. About 4 or 5 laps in. 4 or 5 laps into feature number 2. Gets a little help from Snyder and ends up junked again. So we'll get restarted. Lap number 5. Smith trying to put all kinds of pressure on Dalton Schrum early in this one. Slider line from Smith. He pushed it right up the hill in front of Brandon. Last time that happened, Brandon got into the back of Schrum and ended his bid for a win in feature number 1. This time goes a little bit wider. That time Smith cut it down early. Battle behind that, Sylvie and Billy Barros going at it. Sylvie's got the top side. It looks like he's got the momentum. Coming out of 2, he'll move up to the 5th spot. Barros to 6th, Gerlach 7th. Collins, Rupert, and Lynn still behind that 8, 9, and 10. Go back as the top 2 are right on top of one another. That time Schrum tried to get in there and muscle Hooper up the hill. And Hooper just held his ground and was able to keep the 14 car out in front. Contact off the corner. Brandon back the left rear on Smith's car. And that may open things up and let Craig Silby get around him on the top side. Silby got too wide and almost put the car in the fence down the backstretch and had to roll off the gas. Billy Barros, the 38 car, having a good run right here. He's in 6th right now, and he's working on Silby, trying to move forward. Josh Gerlach right in there. We're going to see what the track does. We're 10 laps into this thing, and I haven't seen a whole lot of change in that racing service. Everybody's still kind of running modified slider type lines in low and middle, out middle and top. Look, the little groove that's developing in the middle. Both ends of the track starts about center track and goes to the exit. Round 1 and 2, it starts at the entry and goes most of the way through the corner. Right through it and up is Schrum. on board with him as he runs that slider line he likes so much down in 3 and 4. Hanging tough, 3/10 of a second. Just a little bit quicker. 400 or 500. And he's the fast guy on the track just about every lap. Sometimes trying to move up just a little bit. Now runs in right through the middle. Hooper, the Dalton Schrum Series champion. Starting to try to put pressure on him. Andy Bobbles top 5 or 6. There's a caution. Looks like that's going to be Justin Collins in this one. Collins, the 94 car, center of the screen. He's going to find a car waiting for him on the exit. He's going to be able to continue. We'll reset things with Hooper, Schrum, Smith. Brandon and Sylvie, the top 5. Then Gerlach, Barros, Rupert, Lynn, and Lemon in the top 10. Good showing tonight for the 8 car of DL Lemon. $18 laps in the book. Still 32 laps to go. Appreciate everybody hanging tough with us. Got to see some pretty decent racing. I hope the track widens just a little bit. Maybe we'll start to see some 2-line once we get down to about 15 or maybe even 18 to go here. Haven't seen anybody be exclusive to a line. They're all kind of running up and down the track. Get ready to go back to it here out of turn number 4. Hooper in control of the field.
Green flag, green flag.
Schrum kind of missed the timing, and that's going to put Smith down to the inside, getting into 1 and 2, and he had to roll out, so he didn't get ahead of him before the start-finish line. And Sylvie took the opportunity to go, boy. We're going to go back and we are going to stay focused on the 1 car here. And Craig Silby not having fun tonight for sure at Lucas Oil. He is going to get around on the bottom, takes the 4th spot away from Brandon. Goes in and Brandon overcooks that thing so much getting in there. And Silvy's car just sitting there in the middle of the corner waiting for him. And then Josh Gerlach ends up finishing off the Kiwi Conqueror. So twice tonight, Craig Silby vanquished at Lucas Oil. The first one sealed the deal, and this one's just salt in the wound. Not much has changed at the front. It's still Hooper, Schrum, and Smith, the top 3. Now Barros up to 4th, Rupert up to 5th, Lynn, Yonke, Snyder, Brandon, and Vincent in the top 10, as Gerlach has dropped all the way back to 13th. And he and Tebow Brandon actually going to drop back to that 13th spot and let Gerlach have 12th. So both those guys running in the top 5, top 6, and now twice that as they are at the back of the field. And still 31 laps to go in this thing. Up on the flat right above the banking, comes down the hill, green flag. Interesting Starting here from the rear. Top three have kind of moved away right here real quick. Billy Barros in fourth. About 5 cars to make up. Getting back to third place, Smith's push bar on the back. Here comes Alex Wilbert. Wilbert with a good run through the field, up 8 spots so far from his starting position. He started 13th. He's up to 5th. Robert Lynn, Bobby Yankee right there battling side by side. That's for 6th and 7th. David Krikorian in the 8th spot right there. And then Snyder and Vincent 9 and 10. But Gerlach all over Vincent once again, trying to get back inside that top 10. Had a good run of feature number 1. Did the 71 car. Finished second. Trying to back that up. Close the season out on a high note. Half a second now between Hooper and Schrum. And Hooper really just looks like he's on a Sunday cruise. He is steady. Running 15.66, 15.68. Just lap after lap after lap. And the guys behind him moving up and down the scale between 70 and 80. 66 that time, and 68 for Schrum. So the gap did not open up at all. Smith still third. Barrow still fourth. Yankee now into the 5th spot. Corian, Snyder, and Gerlach is 9th, and Tito Bryan right behind him. Tried to get through. Got threaded by Kurt Vincent, who drove right between he and Gerlach. And he promptly gets it out of shape and turns 3 or 4. And those guys do it right back too. Go back up front. Gap starting to close. Last couple of laps. Hooper slowing down. Schrum picking things up. That time around, about the same. 79 to 75. So inside halfway. Down to 22 to go. Kyle Hooper has led every single lap. Schrum spins second every single lap. Third on back has changed quite a bit. Held down by Andrew Smith at the moment. And probably about half a second, maybe 7/10 of a second between he and Barrows. Maybe about 6/10 right now. Top 2 lapping the same lap time, lap after lap after lap. 74, 71. They're both 75 the last lap. Nobody on the track faster than your 2 leaders. Andrew Smith holding serve Rick down, running in the same bracket. Here in the 73. Previous time was 81. This time to 74 and a 76 for your front 2. So smooth and consistent. That time Schrum really closed up in the middle of 3 and 4 as the cut down line from the 14 car starting to show some things. And it was about a 10th quicker for Schrum as he closed it down from about 0.35 to about a quarter second. Watching Barrows starting to close in on Smith now, putting pressure on. Cut down line, goes to the inside down the backstretch. Has the spot going into 3 and 4. Can he keep it coming out? There's an early cut down from Smith, and Smith is right there side by side. So these two starting a slider battle here with about 16 to go. Barrows in low, slides up to the middle. Smith had to check down. I think Barrows may have the door locked on him this time. As we'll see what they do going into 1 and 2. Smith really drove it through there on the sideline, put the power down to it, and he wasn't able to get the exit. They're going to make contact. Hard racing. Neither driver wanting to give an inch. And they end up coming off the corner, running out of real estate. Making contact. They switch lines right here. Barrows comes up the inside. It's just 2 guys trying to occupy the same piece of real estate, and that never works for anybody. So Barrows will go to the back. That'll give the guys at the front a little chance to take a breather and get set up for the last 14 laps. Schrum looking to sweep the night, put a stamp on the championship. He won it in the last session by virtue of winning the race, and Craig Silby DNFing basically. He was 7 laps down. And this time Silby out early. And so the victory lap for Schrum. And we'll see if it's a true victory lap or if it's just a very, very solid run to close things out. But pace truck exits the speedway. We'll get ready to go green down here in 3 and 4 with 14 laps remaining to close out the season for the NetCode ESports Mighty Midget Series.
Green flag, green flag.
Starts getting a little more strange each time as you get up on the flat above. And here we go. Kurt Vincent on the restart. And I told you the starts were getting a little weird. Guys kind of starting all over the track. And these guys bobbing, weaving, bumping, dodging. A little wiggle here, a little push there. And the next thing you know, Kurt Vincent's tumbling down in turns 1 and 2. So, the cat and mouse, and we're still going to keep playing it as we wind 1 lap at a time here. 4 cars off the track. Vincent, Lemon, Silby, and Moore. Billy Barros in 12th, the last of the running machines. Everybody on the lead lap. Hooper, Schrum, Krikorian, Yonke, Snyder, Lynn, Brandon, Smith, Gerlach, Rupert, Collins, and Barros. David Krikorian running at the front here late in this one. Talked to him between races. Told him we were afraid we might put the broadcaster's curse on him, and looks like that might have been a lie because Krikorian up to 3rd here. As we should get the 1-to-go signal this time around. Pace truck will dive off right at the top of turn number 2. Up on the flat, there is some grip up there.
Green flag, green flag.
Another good start for Hoopers. He's going to enjoy about 4 tenths right here. I'm going to go back and watch about 5th right here because that is 4 wide coming out of 2 there. 6, 7, 8, and 9. Threading the needle. Brandon was trying to get there and move Snyder. Robert Lynn's down on the bottom. He's trying to get to 4th. He's got it away from Snyder. And looking at the back of the 66 of Krikorian, that's a podium spot right there. 11 laps to go this time by. Still Hooper by 3 tenths over Schrum. Then Krikorian in the 3rd spot. Lynn 4th. Snyder 5th, Brandon and Yonke going out. They were 3 wide. Here comes Gerlach back around the top. Gerlach way up on the hairy edge right there. Right here, almost hanging over onto the flat in 1 and 2. He is making some noise coming forward all the way up to 6th and looking at 5th. Now right rear doesn't hold on that time. He jumps cushion. He's going to lose 4 spots. We're going to go back to the front because we're inside 9 to go, 8 this time, and Schrum is now right there. Hooper knows it. He's trying to cover those lines, but he couldn't cover the exit on 2 as he was hot through there, and Schrum surges to the lead. Out of 4, Hooper with the crossover keeps the spot. Find the bite off the bottom and keep the 14 car out in front. He does down the backstretch. He's going to move up high. You know the slider's coming, but he's got the cut down line working pretty good. Crosses him over and keeps it with 6 to go. Krikorian is right in this, looking for a mistake out of these 2 drivers. See if he can seal the deal and pick up a win to close the season. Late crossover, and that might do it right there this time. Hooper's got some work to do if he's going to keep the lead out of 2. Takes the short way, grabs it right back. 4 to go this time out of 3 and 4, and Hooper's found something going middle to top. And there you go. I think Schrum had the lead as Andrew Smith in that yellow number 33 may have had a problem down here. He's with Gerlach down the backstretch. A little tap there, right crossed in front of Barros. Goes for the slider. Up the hill, and he and Gerlach had a little contact as Gerlach's right rear staying out there, and I don't think he was expecting Smith to come back down that early, So Schrum had the lead at the line. Scored the leader. Going to be 3 to go when we restart. Hooper's right there. Krikorian, Lynn, and Snyder are your top 5 right now. A lot of the guys really like them. I cannot figure out how the hell to drive the thing, so. See Brett Key over there in the YouTube chat talking about buying the Midget. We're ready to go back to green to close the season out. 3 laps remaining. Schrum on to the restart. He's got about 5 car lengths. It looks like Hooper's going to go right back to what he was doing. He's going to go to the bottom. Can he surge up beside and force Schrum to do something that Schrum may not want to do, and that's get off that high line. Schrum's got rolling on the outside. 2 to go that time by. Krikorian now going to make a bid for second. Couldn't quite get there, and Hooper just not able to get on the same line, and you can't pass a guy following him in his tire tracks. So Schrum going to get to the white flag first. Can he sweep the night and take the true victory lap here to close the season out? And it looks like that is exactly what's going to happen. He's into 3 and 4. He'll come out of turn 4. Checkered flags waving. Not only is he the champ, he sweeps Lucas Oil to close out the season. Hooper second, Krikorian third, Lynn and Snyder fourth and fifth. So we talked to him before the session started. We're going to talk to him again. Maybe it's not a curse. Maybe for David Krikorian, the announcer's pre-race deal is a little bit of luck because he gets the podium this evening to close the season out. David Krikorian, how you feeling, buddy?
I think we needed it to go green to really have a shot at the top 2. Just because we're all kind of in rhythm at that point. That last restart, I missed my exit attitude a little bit. It was just kind of wasn't going to get it at that point. But I mean, like 15th to 3rd, just no reason to complain about that.
No, and it looked like you know, you'd make a surge, you'd run up close, and then I don't know, a missed timing or trying to stay out of guys' tire tracks or whatever, and you'd fall back just a little bit. But that last 3-lap shootout, just not quite enough time to get back in the rhythm, right?
Well, where I was killing them was in 3 and 4, and we were all running the slider groove in 1 and 2. So even if I got enough of a run out of 4, I wasn't really going to be able to throw a slider move on them. I was going to have to get the run out of 2, and where the fluff was, that's basically right at the transition where the banking falls away, so you really couldn't go up there. You could only go on that strip of moisture. There was about a car width and a half wide if you're running top out of 2.
Well, an awesome season and a great way to finish things out, man. Some shout-outs, and we'll let you go celebrate.
Shout out to Steven and Josh and the B team, Robert and Josh for putting this whole deal on the last couple of years.
All right, man. Well, thanks for chatting with us. Congratulations on a great finish to close the season out. We'll look forward to seeing you over the summer.
Yeah, thank you.
David Krikorian closes the season out with a podium finish, third place here. We'll grab Kyle Hooper and bring him up here. He ran strong all night long, and Dalton Strum bested him both times. But Kyle Hooper, a good way to close out the season here with that 14 machine. Couple of great runs.
Yeah, first event I thought we had it. Me and Dalton just made contact. I think I ran into his right rear. I didn't know where the placement was on it. Tonight, I can't be disappointed. I mean, I didn't try to run for points here, but we got a solid finish. I think I led 46 laps, which is not bad at all.
No, you led to the halfway point, almost to the actual halfway point in feature number 1, and then this one, it was back and forth. And those last 10 laps, even with the caution breaking things up, it was pretty fun watching you guys go back and forth, right on the razor's edge of being out of control right there. How'd you guys stay off of each other the way you did?
Oh, me and Dalton, we're teammates. We run for the same setup shop and team, Speed Ranch setups. We always race like that. I mean, we love racing scary where we have some excitement throwing sliders. I mean, he's probably one of the favorites on the team I like racing with, and so Andrew Smith. I think he had a great run, but I caught up in a caution. But it's just fun racing like this. I mean, I kind of like the risky racing, and so does he.
Well, an awesome run. Way to close out the season here, man. Give us some shout-outs, some thank yous, and then we'll let you go celebrate a little bit.
I'd like to thank Speed Ranch Setups, Slick Race Graphics, and Dalton Trump Photography. I'd like to thank all the people watching on Dirt Racing Network.
All right, man. We appreciate the shout-out, and congratulations on a great run tonight. Do me a favor, either back your car up or go ahead and pop it off of this track for me so we can see Dalton's car.
Alrighty.
Appreciate you, brother. That's your second-place finisher in this one, Kyle Hooper. And now all that's left to do is talk to the guy that swept the night and really put the big old stamp on a championship. Dalton Strum, man, way to close out the season, buddy.
Thank you, man. It was a fun one.
Had a heck of a battle there with your teammate. Really, in both sessions, he had some unfortunate contact with you there in the first one, but in this one, you guys kept it clean and green. How'd you guys run so tight and stay so clean?
I just stayed focused, ran my line, tried to run where he wasn't, and try to just have clean racing, no bumping, no banging, anything like that.
You kept getting away. You kept reeling him in. Were you just trying to figure out where the setup was going to let you make the pass at?
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what line was the fastest and where I could gain the most momentum off the corner to try to pass him.
Well, I don't know if they do it or not, but if they hold the hot shoe to the start of next season, you know the first feature you got to start last, right?
Yeah, I was wondering if they did that. I'm not too sure, though.
I have no idea. It would be interesting if they remember that long. But a great season, man. You're going to come out of here not only sweeping tonight here at Lucas Oil, you swept a couple more weeks during the season. Finally broke through, and once you did, man, it has just been kind of an avalanche of top 2, top 3, and wins to close this thing out, and that's what brought you to the title. What did it take to break through finally, and how does it feel to be the champion of the NetCode ESports Mighty Midget Series?
It feels great. I mean, I think the one thing that just helped me kind of break through was just stay focused. Don't let anything little ruin your race, and just as my dad says, stay patiently aggressive, and yeah, just keep my nose clean.
Well, an awesome season, man. I'm sure you got plenty of shout-outs to close this thing out before we let you pop the top on the champagne.
Yeah, Speed Ranch Setups, Cody Williams Designs, Ryan Hodge Racing, Dalton Trump Photography, and my good buddy Kyle and Andrew Smith.
All right, man. Congratulations on a great season. Congratulations on being the champ. You're going to have to come back and defend it next season, and that is no short order there with the amount of talent that has been racing in this season, but we'll look forward to trying to watch you do that.
Thank you.
Dalton Strum sweeps tonight here at Lucas Oil, and he is the NetCode ESports Mighty Midgets champion for the season. So he will have to come back and defend that the next time. And with Silby and Hooper and Krikorian, all those guys, Brandon, that is not going to be something that'll be easy for him to do. So we'll look forward to watching him do that. Let's look at our finishing results. Shrum, Hooper, Kokori in the top 3 to close things out. Robert Lynn was 4th. Good run for Robert Lynn there to close the season out. Maybe you can keep that momentum up, and we might see him in victory lane next season. Colton Snyder in 5th. Tebow Brandon 6th. Bobby Yonke was 7th. Alex Rupert 8th. 9th to Billy Barros. Andrew Smith was 10th. 11th, Justin Collins. Josh Gerlach in 12th. Kurt Vincent 13th. DLM at 14th. Craig Silby was 15th. And Stephen Moore, tough night for the 69 car. He just could not catch a break. And he will finish 16th in this one as well. So that's going to close out the season. Let's see if we can get our man up here. Let's see if we can get old Gurley man to join us for just a minute. Josh, you there, buddy?
I am here, Roger.
All right, man. So season is closed out. Dalton Strom picks up the title. Tell us what's going to be happening over the summer so the fans know where they can see the Mighty Midget Series at.
For sure, yeah. So unfortunately, at this time for the summer series, we don't have plans to broadcast it. So unfortunately, we will not be on the Dirt Racing Network like we were this season. But what we are doing, if you are an iRacer and you'd like to join us, you can go to netcodeesports.com. We are going to kick off a Summer Sizzler season next Thursday, and it will be a bi-weekly single event Thursday racing. So instead of our double featured type stuff that we do every Thursday, we will move to a single race event every other Thursday, and that will kick off, like I said, next week, and we will run every other Thursday through September 21st. And here's a Dirt Racing Network exclusive as well. The mini nationals that we held last year right here on DRN, those are going to return, and we will be back at I-55. We are going to do a charity race once again with the DJ3 Extra Life team. That money, the money that we raise for that will help go to the Children's Miracle Network, specifically of one in Illinois that our buddy Josh Cox supports. The date for that is September 14th. We will run the 13th, which is a Wednesday night, if we have enough entries for a prelim night. Otherwise, that will be a practice night. I don't have signups up for that quite yet, but if you're watching and you'd like to partner up, have your business or team or whatever highlighted, we would love to have you. We'd like to put up some prizes and stuff since it is a paid race, but the money all goes to charity. And it's always a great time, and you've been a great supporter of those, even when we weren't hosting them and it was just Josh and the DJ3 team or our friends at Pretend Racing Online Tuesdays, Roger, and you've done at least the last, I think, 3 or 4 of them. So we really appreciate what you guys do for us there. We'll have more information on our fall season at a later date as well, but probably enough talking for me. Those are our plans here for the rest of the year.
Well, we'll definitely be covering that race for you for sure. We always do. It's just one of those things. I can't help it when it comes to doing stuff for kids. I just can't help myself. I gotta roll out the old red carpet and do what I can.
Absolutely.
And then as far as the other
$400.
I can't remember. I know it was a lot for the one we did in the winter. For the fall one, there was a lot. And he said you guys more than exceeded the overall goal for the year. So, that's something that's cool. And, we put 2 or 3 guys in when we can for those events. So we're definitely going to be looking forward to doing that again. And I don't know. We'll have to see. Maybe depending on your time slot. You never know. We might get some of those Mighty Midget every other week ones in just because we can, and we get a lot of traction on the stream with those. So maybe we'll see if we can do something with you guys on that. But good to know that you're continuing on, and that you're giving us some exclusive information about your special event. So we'll keep the fans apprised as we get information from you, and we'll keep that going. But thanks for having us, and like I said, we'll look see if we can maybe cover a few. You and I'll try to work out some logistics on that.
Yeah, that sounds good, man. One last time, I'd just like to thank all the drivers that support us each week. Without everybody that takes some time out of their Thursday night, we wouldn't be able to do this. So I think we had like close to 50 drivers that race with us at some point in this season alone, and that's the highest that we've had so far. Again, you can go to netcodeesports.com to sign up for the summer series right now. That is up, and I just want to thank kind of the main sponsors here that help this go around. netcodeshop.com if you'd like to support NetCode ESports or one of our other partners, Methanol Moonshine. You can get apparel there, and then that basically be it. The Unknown Agency as well helps a lot in the background, and we'll see how things go next week, Roger.
All right, man. You and I will chat here in just a little bit. We're going to close the show up, but thanks for chatting with us. Let us know what's going on, and we'll keep the fans apprised.
I appreciate you.
Josh Gerlach pretty much drives the bus for these guys here at the Mighty Midget Series, so we'll have some announcements coming out pretty quick with that. But thanks to everybody for tuning in, guys. Hope you enjoyed the show. I enjoyed this season very much. Next week be the Hoosier Open Wheel Series in this time slot, 410 wingless sprint cars, and those guys have been off and on with us for a couple of years now, and it's great racing. They do a good job with those wingless cars, so looking forward to seeing that. But Sunday night, 8 Eastern, tune back in. A little pavement racing. Super late models at Milwaukee with the MARS Series, and then we'll be back around for the Aces Up Series on Wednesday, and Hoosier Open Wheel here next Thursday. And depending on what we can work out with Josh and the boys, you might see a back-to-back show from us. So keep your eyes out for that. But until the next time, guys, don't forget on the Facebook page, like, share, follow if you're on YouTube and Twitch. Subscribe if you haven't already. Every time we go live,